In a world that screams for your attention, there exists a silence that is more powerful than any noise. In a society that rewards the loudest voice in the room, there is a quiet confidence that commands unparalleled respect. Most men are desperately trying to be seen, to be validated, to be heard. But a select few understand that true power, the kind that magnetizes and intrigues, is forged in the crucible of self-sufficiency. Welcome to the Sigma Male community, the digital monastery for men who build their own thrones instead of competing for one. We don't chase the spotlight here. We cultivate the inner fire that makes the darkness irrelevant. Today we delve into the core of the Sigma's magnetic pull, dissecting the very essence of his allure. We will explore the 11 reasons why women, on a primal and psychological level, find the Sigma male irresistibly sexier than other men. This isn't about learning tricks. It's about understanding the architecture of your own inherent power. 1. The architect of autonomy. The Sigma male doesn't just live life on his own terms. He is the sole author of his reality, the architect of his own sovereign nation of one. While the majority of men are handed a map and told to follow it, the Sigma burns the map, trusts his own internal compass, and ventures into the wilderness to forge his own path. He is the entrepreneur who builds an empire from his garage while others polish their resumes for a corner office. He is the artist who creates a masterpiece for an audience of one, himself. This isn't an act of adolescent rebellion. It is the ultimate expression of self-mastery, a quiet declaration that his validation comes from the execution of his will, not from the applause of the crowd. Women are not just drawn to this, they are captivated by it on a fundamental, evolutionary level. This radical independence signals a superior survival instinct, a mind that can solve problems without needing a committee, a spirit that cannot be broken by external pressure. This profound self-reliance creates a dynamic that is intoxicating. In a world where most men are subconsciously asking for permission or approval, the Sigma's presence communicates a powerful message: I am whole without you. He doesn't need her to complete his world. He chooses to invite her into it. This distinction is the difference between a fleeting attraction and a deep, enduring obsession. His autonomy is a testament to his inner abundance. A woman senses that his interest is not born from a place of lack or loneliness, but from a genuine appreciation of her essence. It's a powerful psychological anchor. He is not a ship seeking a harbor, but the harbor itself, a source of strength and stability that is unshaken by the tides of social opinion. This is the bedrock of true desire. 2. The depth dialogue. While others skim the surface with trivialities about their day or the latest meaningless trend, the Sigma male dives into the abyss of meaningful conversation. He isn't interested in the noise, he is fascinated by the signal. A conversation with him is not an exchange of pleasantries, it is an exploration of ideas, a dissection of philosophies, a journey into the uncharted territories of the mind and soul. He will not ask what you do for a living, he will ask what makes you feel alive. This is not a performance of intelligence. It is a genuine hunger for intellectual intimacy, a desire to connect on a level that transcends the superficial. For a woman who is used to the monotonous drone of shallow discourse, a conversation with a Sigma is like finding an oasis in a desert. This craving for depth is a powerful indicator of a resilient and formidable mind. It signals to a woman that here is a man who is not afraid of complexity, who can navigate the labyrinth of life's challenges with rational thought and emotional fortitude. He isn't just looking for a partner, he is seeking a fellow philosopher for the journey. By inviting her into a space of vulnerability and profound thought, he offers a form of emotional safety that is incredibly rare and deeply erotic. He makes her think, he challenges her, and in doing so, he sees her not just as an object of desire, but as a mind to be respected and engaged. His mind is not a billboard to display his accomplishments. It is a sanctuary, and being granted access is an aphrodisiac more potent than any physical attribute. 3. The scarcity symphony. In an age of instant gratification and constant availability, the Sigma male operates on a different frequency. His attention is a rare commodity, not because he is playing games, but because his time and energy are fiercely guarded and allocated to his mission. He won't reply to texts in seconds, not out of malice, but because he is deeply engaged in his work, his craft, or his thoughts. He may exit a social gathering not with a grand announcement, but with a quiet disappearance, leaving a void that is more powerful than his presence was. This isn't emotional unavailability, It is the natural byproduct of a man who has a rich inner world and a purpose that transcends social validation. He orchestrates a symphony of scarcity, and this curated magnetism drives in primal fascination. Psychologically, this dynamic is incredibly potent. The principle of reward uncertainty demonstrates that intermittent and unpredictable rewards create a far more powerful dopamine response than constant validation. His selective engagement isn't a tactic. It's an authentic reflection of his priorities, and it communicates immense value. It forces a woman to question, to wonder, to invest her own mental energy into deciphering him. His silence and his space are not signs of disinterest, they are lessons in his value. He subconsciously teaches those around him that his attention is not a given. It must be earned, respected, and valued. This creates a powerful pull, a desire to be one of the few who are granted access to his focused presence, making every moment of connection feel more significant and charged with meaning. 4. The unapologetic aura. A Sigma male wears his authenticity like a second skin, unchanging and uncompromising regardless of the environment. He is the same man in a high-stakes boardroom as he is in a back-alley dive bar. He will not offer hollow flattery to those in power, nor will he feign laughter at a joke he doesn't find funny. His opinions are his own, forged in the fires of his own logic and experience, and he will not dilute them for the comfort of the crowd. This isn't about being confrontational or rigid. It is an embodiment of radical integrity, a deep and abiding loyalty to his own truth. This consistency is a beacon in a world filled with social chameleons who morph and adapt to please those around them. A woman possesses an almost supernatural ability to detect authenticity, and his unapologetic nature resonates with her on a deep, instinctual level. It signals a man who is not swayed by pressure, a man who has a solid core, a man who is reliable down to his very bones. His refusal to perform is not arrogance, it is a profound display of self-respect. It communicates that his internal framework is more important than any external judgment. This creates a powerful sense of trust. She intuits that if a man is this fiercely loyal to himself, that same unwavering loyalty will be extended to the people and principles he chooses to commit to. His aura of integrity becomes a form of psychological shelter, a promise of stability in a world of fakeness. 5. The solitude sanctuary. While the world is terrified of being alone, the Sigma male actively seeks it out and thrives in it. His solitude is not a sign of loneliness. It is a sanctuary for creation, reflection, and rejuvenation. He is the man who hikes a mountain alone to clear his head, who loses track of time restoring a classic car in his garage, who finds more companionship in the pages of a philosophy book than in a crowded party. This is not isolationism, it is sacred self-sufficiency. He understands that to be a powerful presence in the world, one must first be comfortable with the silence of one's own company. He doesn't run from himself, he retreats into himself to draw strength. This comfort with solitude is exceptionally attractive because it signals absolute non-neediness. He is a self-contained ecosystem, a man who generates his own happiness and validation. A woman sees this and understands that he is not seeking a partner to fill a void or to cure his loneliness. He is seeking a companion to share in his already complete and fulfilling life. This removes the pressure of being his sole source of emotional support and instead creates an opportunity for a partnership based on mutual strength and independence. His solitude is not an empty space, it is a gravitational field of purpose and self-possession. It whispers that he is a man of substance, a man with a deep inner life, making the prospect of being invited into that world all the more alluring. 6. The mystery vortex. The Sigma male is a master of calculated intrigue, not through conscious effort, but as a natural extension of his private nature. He doesn't lay his life out like an open book for public consumption. He reveals himself in layers, in fragments, leaving much to the imagination. It's the subtle, knowing smirk in response to a question, the cryptic note left on his desk, the unexplained passion for a niche subject. He offers slivers of his world, never the entire panorama at once. This isn't a deceptive act of evasion. It is the quiet confidence of a man who feels no compulsion to justify his thoughts or broadcast his movements. His life is his own story and he is the sole editor. This inherent mystery creates a psychological phenomenon known as the curiosity gap. The human brain is hardwired to obsess over incomplete information. It yearns to solve the puzzle. His mystique is not a wall to keep people out. It is an invitation to a woman with the intelligence and patience to understand him. His lack of a digital footprint, his absence from the ceaseless stream of social media bragging, speaks volumes. It screams that his life is lived, not performed. His actions require no witness. This creates an irresistible challenge. A woman intuits that a man who needs no audience is a man of immense substance. He becomes a blank canvas onto which she projects her ideals, and the desire to uncover the truth behind the enigma becomes a powerful driver of attraction. 7. The confidence earthquake. Confidence is a language spoken in silence, and the Sigma male is fluent. While an alpha male might display his confidence through loud proclamations, expansive gestures, and status symbols, the Sigma's confidence is a subsonic frequency. It's not shouted, it is felt. It resides in the unwavering steadiness of his gaze, the calm economy of his movements, and the unshakable stillness of his hands. It is a tectonic plate of self-assurance moving beneath the surface. This isn't the fragile ego of a man who needs to prove his worth. It is the deep, resonant calm of a man who has faced his own demons and emerged victorious. His calm is not passivity, it is contained power. This grounded presence has a profound biological effect on those around him, especially women. Proximity to a man who embodies this kind of stable, internal confidence can actually lower cortisol levels, the stress hormone, and elevate oxytocin, the hormone of bonding and connection. In a world of chaos and anxiety, his presence is a sanctuary. He is the bedrock in the midst of a storm. A woman intuitively craves this stability. It is an evolutionary signal of the highest order, a promise that he can handle pressure, that he will not crumble in a crisis, and that he can provide a safe emotional harbor. His confidence doesn't need to announce itself. It simply is, and in its presence, others feel more secure, more calm, and deeply, irresistibly drawn in. 8. The patient-predator mindset. The Sigma male approaches his goals with the strategic patience of a wolf stalking its prey. He is relentless but unhurried, focused but calm. In a world that prizes speed and frantic action, he understands the immense power of timing and deliberation. He will not be rushed into a bad investment, baited into a pointless argument, or panicked into a needy text message. He observes, he plans, he waits for the opportune moment, and then he acts with decisive precision. This isn't passivity or indecision. It is the mindset of a master strategist who sees the entire chessboard while others only see the next move. His pause is not hesitation. It is the drawing back of a bowstring before the arrow is released. This patient approach to life is deeply attractive because it signals immense competence and emotional control. Evolutionarily, a man who could wait, who could observe the patterns of his prey without giving in to impulse, was the superior hunter and provider. This ancient preference is still wired into the female brain. In a modern context, his patience communicates that he does not operate from a place of scarcity or desperation. He doesn't chase opportunities, women, or validation. He positions himself so that they flow toward him. He allows the impatient to exhaust themselves and make mistakes, creating openings for his calculated advance. His patience is not indifference. It is a velvet-covered hammer, a quiet promise of overwhelming effectiveness when the time is right. 9. The anti-neediness shield. At the very core of the Sigma archetype is a powerful shield against neediness. He is not a man in search of a savior. He is the architect of his own salvation. While others look for external validation to feel worthy, he finds his worth in building his empire, whether that empire is a business, a skill, or a philosophy of life. He is too busy coding an app, rebuilding an engine, or mastering a new language to be concerned with who likes his latest post. This isn't a front of aloofness. It is the genuine state of a man driven by an internal purpose so powerful that it leaves no room for clinginess or dependency. He is a self-contained source of energy. This self-sufficiency is a potent aphrodisiac because neediness is the ultimate attraction killer. Neediness triggers primal alarms in a woman's mind, signaling that a man will be an emotional burden rather than a partner. The Sigma's anti-neediness shield communicates the opposite. It tells her that he is a source of strength, not a drain on her energy. His intense focus on his own path whispers a powerful and alluring invitation. I am building a world of my own. You are welcome to join me, but my completeness is not contingent on your presence. This lack of pressure is liberating. It allows genuine attraction to blossom, free from the toxic soil of obligation and dependency. Women orbit him not because he pulls them in, but because his gravitational field of purpose is simply too powerful to ignore. 10. The untraceable digital ghost. In an era of relentless oversharing, the Sigma male's digital presence is often a void, a ghost in the machine. You will not find him posting thirst traps from the gym, engaging in vitriolic online debates, or broadcasting his every meal and location. His life is not a performance for a digital audience, it is a reality lived in the tangible world. His stories are written in the worn pages of a leather-bound journal, not in fleeting Instagram stories. His connections are forged over shared experiences on desert highways and in late-night conversations, not through likes and follows. This isn't a fear of technology, it's a tactical invisibility, a conscious choice to conserve his energy for what truly matters. This digital scarcity is not just intriguing, it is hauntingly sexy to a woman accustomed to men who scream for attention online. It creates a vacuum that her imagination rushes to fill. His absence from the digital noise makes him a Rorschach test for her own ideals and desires. She can't reduce him to a curated grid of photos and captions. She is forced to engage with the reality of the man himself. It signals that he has a life so compelling and rich that he feels no need to document it. He is the protagonist of his own movie, not a commentator on everyone else's. In a world where everyone is broadcasting, his silence is a statement of power. It says, "I am the signal, not the noise," and that is a frequency that cuts through all the static. 11. The emotional alchemy. Where most men are broken by negative emotions, the Sigma male uses them as raw material for his forge. He does not suppress his feelings, nor does he lash out in uncontrolled vents of passion. He practices a form of emotional alchemy, transmuting the base metals of anger, frustration, and even loneliness into the gold of productive action. Anger becomes the fuel for an intense workout. The sting of rejection becomes the blueprint for a new business venture. The quiet ache of solitude becomes the inspiration for a powerful piece of art. This isn't the coldness of suppression, it is the disciplined mastery of sublimation. He doesn't let his emotions control him, he channels their immense energy toward his purpose. A woman can sense this emotional mastery almost instantly. It is a palpable aura of calm strength. A man who is the master of his inner world is a man who can be trusted with her own. Neuroscience and evolutionary psychology both confirm that emotional control and regulation are perceived as highly attractive traits, akin to physical strength and prowess. It signals that he is a safe harbor, not another storm she has to navigate. He will not crumble under pressure, he will not have an emotional meltdown over a minor setback, and he will not make her responsible for his happiness. He has mastered the art of converting pain into power, and that alchemical ability to create strength from adversity is perhaps the sexiest and most reassuring quality a man can possess. Look around you. The world is designed to make you a cog in a machine, an echo in a crowd. But you are here at the Sigma male community because you know you are the architect, not the blueprint. The lessons we discussed today are not a checklist to be memorized. They are a mirror reflecting the power that already resides within you. Your silence is not emptiness, it is the hum of a finely tuned engine. Your solitude is not loneliness, it is the space where you build your empire. Never apologize for the path you walk alone. Keep building your table, the right people will find it. If this resonated with the architect within you, do not let this moment be passive. Take action. Drop the word truth in the comments below to join a legion of men who are done with the noise. Give this video a like to signal its value, and share it with a brother who is building his legacy in silence. And if you have not yet joined our ranks, subscribe to Sigma Male Community and most importantly ring that notification bell. Because we don't just talk about the path here, we are the cartographers for the journey ahead. The deep dive is just beginning. Stay sovereign.